From perhaps the more traditional themes of rock and roll towards a more timely topic of saving the planet, as depicted in the album's title and its cover, a picture of the melting Earth. It's called Fate of Nations. The New Music's Kim Clarke Champniss spoke with Robert Plant.
The theme of this album, you know, save the planet, world care.
Well, it ain't so much a theme as a visual sort of compliment to the times, because in all the records that I made, I don't know how many albums that I've been a part of, the covers have always been inducive to kind of the whole rock dream, you know, the kind of poodle rock hair up on the end, you know, the kind of Motley Crue. And I thought it was appropriate now, because at the time when this record was developing, the ozone layer problem was so infinitely huge and disastrous over South America at the time. Although the music, there's only 2 songs that actually relate to anything that, you know, any kind of ecological slant at all. I just thought it was better to use the paper for that rather than just to use your sort of tight trousers and, you know, pointy boots.
I believe I do say brothers, sisters, brothers in the sky.
Sound-wise, though, to my ears, there's a sense of spiritual well-being here too. Did you pick up on that? Once you had produced it and it came back to you, was there a sense of not only satisfaction but contentment?
Not contentment, but yeah, I take your point. To be eloquent and to make a point in 3.5 minutes is quite difficult. And if you think you've done that, then you can sit back and say, well, I managed to get my point across. So that made me feel appropriately fine.
But there's such tracks like Come Into My Life, which is almost like a mantra. And there's a feeling of, you know, just come on in and be infused with the spirit.
Yeah, and help out and share it. Yeah. And I think that really is part of my upbringing musically as a kid, and later on in the Yardbirds and Zeppelin. I was around in that period when the audience and the musicians did form this kind of, you know, this unity and this bonding, when it wasn't quite so, there wasn't that sort of screening between the player and the observer. And I guess that's part of the deal.
The next single for Robert Plant's Fate of Nations album is Promised Land. In Toronto, I'm Kim Clarke Champniss.